Wise Owl Knits podcast. I'm your host, Cheryl Beckrich, and I'm the designer at Wise Owl Knits. And I'm so happy to have you here with me today. It's been a couple weeks since I podcast, maybe 3, and try not to leave quite that much distance in between podcasts, but sometimes life gets in the way. So today I am wearing a finished object, and this is something that I started in, I think, either 2000 or 2021. This is the Soundwaves shawl by Stephen West, and a group of knitters that I'm friends with online did a Stephen West knit along. I think it was called West Knits Are the Best Knits. Whatever year I did it, either 2020 or 2021, and I got 3/4 of the way through it at that time, and then it just got stuck in a project bag and put away. The yarn I really love. It's from Carista at Sweet Mountain Crafts, and it's kind of the orangish tweed and a grayish tweed. And I don't remember the color names. I'm sure she doesn't still have them because that's been a while, but lovely yarn. I think the pattern is written for DK weight yarn, but I did fingering weight. And it's brioche with increases and decreases on both sides, and that causes the sound wave, hence the name Soundwave. Lovely pattern. I'm glad I finally finished it. It's got one of my favorites, I-cord cast on and I-cord bind off, and I think that gives just a really pretty edge. So now I've got something to wear for fall too. So that's great. So that's my first finished object. The other thing that I finished is 2 more squares of my Cozy Memories blanket. I've had a bit of, here, that's kind of there, that's the right direction. I've got this little stitch marker at the bottom that shows me the bottom corner. My husband was in the hospital for about a week, so I got some good, though stressful, knitting time. And I was able to complete this square and then do all of this square, though I need to still weave in the ends on this square. This one is all woven in. That's what I should do when I'm too tired to knit at night watching TV. If it gets past about 8 o'clock, I stop knitting because I know I'll make mistakes then. But I could weave in some ends. That would probably be a really good idea. The only other thing that I completed was 2 pairs of socks on my circular sock machine. One is already gone because it went to my husband's favorite nurse at the hospital. So she got a nice pair of socks. And then this is a pair of socks for a friend. I need to make him 3 more pairs. This was an order he placed. So I had made him 2 pairs before, and then I ended up gifting those to somebody else. So when I make socks for friends, I always tell people, you pay for the yarn, I'll make the socks, and no promises on exactly when I'll get those done. And I think he told me that he would like some socks the beginning of June. So, you know, we're on the second half of September, so I probably need to get going on those soon. It's getting to be sock wearing season, so he may want those. So hopefully I'll get those done before the next podcast, and either we'll have them to show you or can take pictures of them before I get them to him. Well, the next thing on the list is a shop update. I do have a couple of new patterns, newish patterns on the site, which you already know about. And that would be the grapevine sweater and the grapevine hat. The hat is right here, and I'll add a picture of the sweater right there. So those two are there. And then I've also added some knitting accessories. And I'm just gonna kind of go through these quickly. They're all Emma Ball products. And this is just a journal, blank pages, and it's got a ribbon. Find the ribbon. Sorry about that, I should have flipped to the ribbon ahead of time. It's got a ribbon so that you can hold your page, know where you're at. And it's got Happy Sheep, which is her name for the sheep that don't have sweaters on, but they do have hats on, and they're oh so cute. And her artwork is just really cool. It's kind of watercolors and fiber, like felted fiber. So I think they're adorable, and that's why I decided to add them to the website. So that's one thing. I've got 2 different sets of mini note cards, and they're blank on the inside. So this one is sheep in sweaters. And then there's a Happy Sheep version. There are 6 note cards. Oh, there are 10 note cards in each pack. So those are on the site too. Then I've got project books where you can keep track of your projects, make notes as you go along, and it's got some handy tools in the front and the back. So needle sizes, crochet hook sizes, how to make one left and to make one right, and the different decreases, the difference between slip, slip, knit, and knit 2 together. So I've got that kind of stuff on there, some common abbreviations, and a little chart about yarn sizes too. So handy, cute little books that you can keep track of your projects as you're going along. So this is the sheep in sweaters version, and then this one has alpaca and sheep. Guess the sheep are on the back. So those 2 versions of project books. Also some stitch markers. And so these just have, actually these are project keepers. These have a little clip on the top that you can hook it onto your knitting. So project keepers. And then there's also, these are actually stitch markers. So they're the same enamel marker, but it's just got a loop on it so you can put the, or a ring on the top so you can put this on your knitting. But that comes in this cute, cute little tin, and that just slides open and closed. So we've got stitch markers, and then a few more bags. I think I showed you one bag the last time, and that completely has sold out. That was a large bag with sheep and sweaters. This is a Happy Sheep bag. And so this is good for medium-sized projects, medium to large, because it really is pretty big. Not blanket size, but pretty big. The lining, there's little pictures of sheep too. So I've got that version. It's got a handy little handle if you want to take it walking, if you're hiking and knitting at the same time. That's good for that. And then another version, this is the same size, But this one has puffins and sweaters. So if you're a fan of puffins, maybe that is for you. And it's the fabric lining on that is knit stitches. The last bag that I have is this bag, and it has a pocket on the front. You know, great for small projects. This really would be a good bag to go hiking or walking with, because you can easily have it on your wrist and knit while you're walking. Simple projects only. We don't want anybody to crash and burn on their walk. But if you like knitting and walking, this might be for you. And this is the sheep and sweaters pattern. The last thing that I have that I've put up is a coaster. So it's cork on the back, but a picture of a sheep and sweater on the front. So all very affordable. I don't remember, I would have said the prices along the way, but I don't have them memorized at all. But there's some good deals there, so go check those out and get yourself some cute little stuff to use and look at while you're knitting. I got from the Shark Week Challenge, I got my stickers, which I truly need, because on my coffee cup you can see many of the last year's stickers, and the white coating on my coffee cup is coming off and the stickers are starting to peel off. So I may peel those off and get rid of this white coating and put the new ones just on the silver of the cup. My favorite Contigo coffee cup. It fits in my coffee maker and it fits in my Bronco, and I use it all the time. I probably need more than one because sometimes I need it and it's in the dishwasher. You know, what are you gonna do? Okay, so I mentioned the Shark Week stickers that I got, but I didn't show them to you. So I did beat the shark, so I got this, the big sticker is the one for the people that finished their projects, and then 2 politically incorrect knitter stickers, and then stickers from all of the sponsors. The stickers are a little bit smaller this year, and I'm kind of glad, because I think I'll be able to fit them all on one cup. Last year they were smaller. Excuse me. Like, I'll just show you the 2 Knit Night. So I'll be able to fit more stickers on the cup and not cut anybody off, because I don't really want to layer them and not be able to see all of them. Some people, we're talking online about what they're going to do with their stickers, and some people are hesitant to use them because they want to save them. And you know, there was talk of maybe putting them in a frame, but I don't need more framed artwork around. I barely have any wall space in my yarn room the way it is, so that's not a good solution for me. I would rather use them on something that I use all the time, like, you know, maybe stick them on your laptop or your iPad case, or put them on a cup that you use all the time, and then you can enjoy them. And next year you'll get new stickers and you can take the old off and put the new on. That's my philosophy with stickers. Just stick them on. They'll be fine. You won't ruin them and you get to enjoy them. Kind of as a segue from the Emma Ball products, I just really like her artwork, And because of that, I've been trying to teach myself to draw in Procreate with the thought that maybe someday I'll be able to draw an owl in a sweater and make some of my own products. Realistically, that is probably years away, because though I can design sweaters, I'm not very good at drawing. And I've been doing some tutorials and trying to learn some things, but it's going to be slow going for me. That being said, it's fun to learn new things, and it's good for you to keep your brain moving and trying new things and new outlets for your creativity. So I think I'm going to keep going. I've been really enjoying it. I'll put the pictures up here and just kind of scroll through them. They really are probably on the level of, I was going to say a 6th grader, but maybe a 3rd grader. I do need some practice. I have a brother that is an art professor and can draw anything without even really thinking of it. My daughter-in-law can draw very well, and I could ask her to draw a picture of an owl in a sweater and she would probably be amazing at it right away. But I want to try and do it myself, and maybe eventually I'll give up on that. I'll probably still continue to try and learn how to draw, but maybe I'll have somebody do it for me eventually. But I want to try and do it myself. So it's fun to do. It's just a nice creative outlet. And as I go along, I'll share with you what I've done on Procreate. It has a lot of tools that make drawing and illustrating easier for people that don't necessarily have a lot of talent, because there are a lot of ways that you can manipulate what you draw with the tools that are in the program. And it's a free program on iPad. If you've got an iPad, just download it and play around with it, and then watch some tutorials on YouTube, and you can start having fun too. Let me know in the comments if you've tried Procreate or not, if you use it, if you're interested in using it. And if you make a comment on that, I'm going to have a giveaway of one of these happy sheep bags. So leave me a comment about Procreate and you will get in the drawing for a sheep bag. The last thing that I have on my list to talk about today are the books that I'm reading. And I just finished one and took a break from the other to read the first one, or to listen to the first one. And I'll have to say, this book is a book that I heard about on a Micro podcast, and I love Mike's podcast. I listen to it all the time. I'll listen to it and watch it on YouTube. And he makes me buy a lot of books. And I'm starting to wonder now, does he get some kind of a kickback from all the books that he's mentions or talks about on his podcast, or interviews the authors on his podcast, and then people like me go and buy the books and read them or listen to them? I listen to them. So this book was called Fitness Confidential, and it's by a personal trainer named Vinnie Tortorich, and it's kind of his theory on the way that we should eat. It is a little about exercise, but way more about nutrition and food. But it's also kind of his life story, and he's a pretty interesting guy. So Fitness Confidential by Vinnie Tortorich. It's on Audible, and I'm sure it's on Amazon and many bookstores. He may have a website with it on too. I know it's a self-published book rather than being published by a publishing house, but I think it probably is on Amazon because it was on Audible, and they're essentially the same company. So that book I would recommend. And the other book that I think I mentioned before, it's called Creatures. Creatures from Jekyll Island, and I didn't write down the author's name, but I took a break from that book because it really is all about the Fed and just how messed up and evil it is, and it will make you mad while you're reading it. So little short bits of that are about all I can take at one time. But I do think it's important to know what such a powerful organization, what their motives are, and why they do things the way they do, and how it affects all of us, and the money supply, and just the total economy of the United States. So, Creatures from Jekyll Island. Not fun. Fitness Confidential was more fun. So if you have suggestions of another fun or interesting book, or I may do a murder mystery next. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I probably should stop watching Mike Rowe for a little bit. So a lot of his books are self-help type books. Not all of them. Not really novels. They're usually nonfiction type books. And I don't think I've ever found one. So if you watch him and he recommends a book or talks to an author of a book, you can be pretty confident that it's a good book. And, you know, buyer beware, purchase at your own risk, but mileage may vary, I guess they say, but I've been pretty happy with all of them. So I thank you all for watching me today. Great to be back here with you. Great to have a little bit of free time so that I could record a podcast, and I hope to see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye.